Alright guys, it's Janet again. Got something pretty cool here, man. Remember the series True Blood? With Snooki and the vampires and all that? This was in the opening scene. Okay? There's some real history on this. This is an historic site. Looky. Oglivie-Wiener house, designed by architect Luther T. McNabb, built in 1896 for the grocer W.B. Oglivie, later residence of Samuel Weiner Sr.'s family. The architect Samuel Weiner Jr. and William B. Weiner Sr. were brought up in this house. But if we go to the other side over here, you'll see what I'm talking about, the opening scene for True Blood. They shot numerous places in Shreveport. Eventually ended up in studios in California. But looky, guys, can you see that good? This is like about where the scene starts the series for True Blood. Pretty cool, huh? Awesome! Okay, the grocery store Mongol was Oglivie, okay? Being built way back when. This is 9,000 square feet. It's got 20 rooms, actually. And 15-foot ceilings. How cool. It's beautiful. And on the show, it doesn't look that big. This place is huge. 9,000 square feet. But then, 1951, it became the Florentine Club. Okay? And this is just massive. Okay, there's famous people that stayed here, came here. Perry Como, but there's famous people that came here. Well, it was the Florentine Club, like Perry Como, Betty Davis, John Wayne, and wow, pretty neat. Well, 1962, this club was shut down for tax evasion, okay? And it was abandoned for 10 years, you guys. 10 years abandoned. And purchased by a Gene Barnett, and opened the club as an openly gay club. Alright? And regulars. And then in 1996, Barnett passed away. Changed hands several times. It changed hands several times. And now this area is not such a good area. But this historic building is abandoned again in 2003. And then it became in the opening scene for the series True Blood. And then in 2010, a retired nurse and her husband purchased the home and turned it into a bed and breakfast. It's John and Debbie Bryant. And they were trying to keep it from getting demolished. They worked hard to get it all back up and running and keep them from tearing it down. Can you believe it? It's just gorgeous. Right? Oh my gosh. This Victorian 19th century home being torn down. Now, there's beautiful homes out in Louisiana, East Texas. It's amazing. And right across the street, you guys, is the Logan Mansion. Okay? Let me tell you about that one. Whoa. Okay, like I said, right across the street here is Logan's Mansion. Okay, that's 728 Austin Place. This is 725 Austin Place. This is also an historic site built in 1897 by L.R. Logan, beer and ice manufacturer, designed by Nathaniel Skies Allen, one of the finest remaining Queen Anne and Victorian houses in the city. Okay, no trespassing, so I will stay out here. I did call, see if we could get in. No. They have clients here. So, but there is a story I heard about a little girl that fell from the attic. And that they don't know if she was pushed or with an accident, but there's been sightings or noises and stuff like that going on. And after that, they would not allow children on the second floor because of the spirit of that little girl. And so they're not sure what happened to that little girl. So that's the story. But it's just stuff in Shreveport. You know, that's 725. That's 728. And that's been changing hands over and over. But they're across the street from each other, y'all. It's pretty cool. Beautiful stuff. Downtown. Right down here. Train tracks over there. Downtown right there. So, beautiful. Oh, this is not the best part of town anymore. No. Beautiful homes. Alright guys, onward. We're going to keep looking at stuff, okay?